Baba Yaga the Witch.
Mortar pestle, time to fly. Lift me up into the sky.
Once upon a time, there lived a clever girl named Vasilisa. Her own mother had died, and her father married another woman. Vasilisa's stepmother was cruel, and she made Vasilisa work from dawn till dusk, chopping firewood outside in the sun and wind. Still, she grew stronger and wiser and more beautiful every day. Her stepmother beat her and made her sleep in the woodshed. One day, her stepmother said,
I need a needle and thread. Go borrow them from my sister who lives at the end of the forest road. And don't come back without it!
Vasilisa walked and walked through the forest. As evening grew near and the shadows of the trees lengthened, she spied a little hut sitting on top of chicken legs. It was surrounded by a fence made of human bones. The sunken eyes of skulls stared out from the tops of the fence posts. Suddenly, a horseman appeared, all dressed in black. He rode a black horse, and he had a grim look on his face. He leaped over the gate. Then he vanished, and night fell. Lights began to glow from the eye sockets of the skulls on the fence. The hut was surrounded by an eerie orange light. Vasilisa opened the latch. The gate squeaked as she pushed it open. Vasilisa rubbed some butter on the hinges. And the gate said,
I feel so much better now. Thank you, Vasilisa.
Inside the fence was a birch tree, whose branches almost scratched Vasilisa as she came into the yard. Vasilisa took the red ribbon from her hair and tied it to one of the branches.
That's so pretty. Thank you, Vasilisa.
A mangy old dog was tied up in the yard, and it barked at Vasilisa. She threw it a loaf of bread. Thank you, Vasilisa. I was so hungry. Vasilisa hopped up onto the porch, where she found a scrawny cat. She gave it some ham.
No, thank you, Vasilisa. I haven't eaten for days.
Poor little kitty. You're so skinny. Doesn't your mistress feed you?
Ha! Didn't you know?
Our mistress is Baba Yaga.
The bony-legged.
The witch.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga has a huge long nose curving down into her chin. She's mean and she hits with a whatever switch.
She's a devil.
She's a hack.
She's a bony old bag.
She's a witch, and she'll throw you in a ditch.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga makes magic brews that she boils in a pot. Take a drink and your belly will twitter and twitch.
She's a devil.
She's a hack.
She's a bony old bag.
She's a witch, and she'll throw you in a ditch. Baba Yaga, beware her naked wrath.
And she never takes a bath.
She has spiders crawling in between her toes.
And living in her nose.
Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga has iron teeth, 'cause she never used to brush.
She gives me the shivers. She gives me an itch.
Oh, she makes me gag.
She's a devil.
She's a hack.
She's a witch, and she'll throw you in a ditch.
The ground began to tremble. The trees shook and the leaves crackled. Baba Yaga flew up to the hut in her mortar, guiding it with her pestle and sweeping up her tracks with a broom.
Open gate, I'm running away. It doesn't squeak like it used to. What's the ribbon doing on my birch tree? What does that smell? I smell. Let's see if I can tell. A dainty little morsel for my tongue? Is it the stench of bats, the odor of a cat, or did some dirt fly up my nose and now a flower garden grows? Is it my undershirt that reeks? I haven't bathed in several weeks. I smell hanky-panky, rinky-dinky, something stinky? Or did I step into a pile of doggy dung? It's been so long since I've sniffed Russian blood, I almost had forgotten who you're rotten. And with some magic spells for seasoning, I'll very soon be roasting and basting and feasting and tasting. Be she alive or be she dead, I'll do a little dance upon her head. A human child, their meat is delicate and sweet, and how I love to dance upon their bones. They must be roasted, not fried. They're very moist inside, and you must poke them with a fork until they're tender like a pork. But if they kick and scream and blubber, they'll be chewier than rubber. So put logs upon the fire till the flames are burning higher, till they sizzle, fizzle, pop, and crackle like and smackle. Then add some butter till they're soft enough to eat.
Good evening, Auntie.
What brings you here, my little honey bun?
My stepmother sent me for a needle and thread.
Oh. Well, you'll have to work for me first. Now, open up the oven and bring me my food.
Baba Yaga ate enough food for 10 grown men, and she drank down whole pitchers of beer and wine and mead from the cellar. All she left for Vasilisa was half a bowl of cabbage soup, a crust of bread, and a scrap of pork.
Now, tomorrow while I'm gone, I want you to clean the yard, sweep the hut, wash the linen, cook supper, and go to the corn bin and sort out a bushel of wheat. And if you're not finished by the time I get home, I'll make a tasty stew from your sweet little bones.
Baba Yaga crawled onto the stove and fell asleep. Vasilisa gave her crust of bread to the dog and shared her scrap of pork with the cat.
Oh, Kitty, how am I ever going to get all that work done tomorrow? I'm afraid Baba Yaga will eat me.
No, don't cry, Vasilisa. We can think about it tomorrow.
Mornings are wiser than evenings. Sleep is the stairway to a new day. Angry voices, shouts and screams disappear within your dreams. All of your worries will fly away. All living creatures have a spirit, reaching like ripples on top of a pool. Even lizards, snakes and frogs, scrawny kittens, mangy dogs, they hold a candle that shines on you. There's a power in her potion, there's a spell inside her brew. Rain and fire and wind and ocean, there's a magic flame inside of you too. Mornings are wiser than evenings. Sleep is the stairway to a new day. So ends part 1 of Baba Yaga the Witch.